Hindsight is 2020, and after going through Fire Emblem, 3 houses, we found even more things we wish we knew before we started our tenure at Gyro Monastery. Fair warning, there are some minor spoilers in this video, but we believe these tips are more useful before you encounter them. There are loads of different support conversations to be had between students and faculty. However, it never gets to a point where you can date any of them. Some S ranks have a suggestion of marriage, but that's as far as it ever goes. Students also can't date each other, so you can't be playing matchmaker either. Fishing doesn't cost any activity points, and it increases your professor level, making it a must for every Sunday you decide to explore the monastery. On some Sundays, there are rare fish that can be caught and sold for lots of cash. To have a better chance at catching these fish, we actually recommend not always going for the first fish that grabs your line. When a fish catches on, you'll see an icon in the bottom right telling you the rarity of the fish. You'll want to wait for the purple, gold, or rainbow fish icon to appear. Be careful though, there's a risk of losing your line after the 3rd try, or 4th if you're lucky. In the month of September, Flane will go missing, and your mission for the month is to find her. During your time exploring the monastery that month, you can speak with your house leader to trigger a quest that asks you to find clues about Flane's whereabouts. There is a prime suspect. However, if you decide to enter their room right away, you will automatically skip to the end of September. We recommend waiting until the end of the month before you trigger that quest, so you continue to spend activity points and cultivate your team. Battalions are extremely useful for almost every character in the game. They provide stat buffs and allow gambit attacks. The only character you should avoid giving a battalion to is Felix from the Blue Lions, as it conflicts with his unique ability. Battalions do cost money to recruit and replenish. Plus, what you can equip is limited by authority skill and whether you have a flying unit or not. So keep that in mind when deciding who should and shouldn't get one. Special merchant vendors show up after you clear certain battles. Once they do arrive at Gyro Mach, it's a good idea to buy as many presents as you can from them, as they'll give more motivation than ordinary presents depending on who you give them to. Sharing meals can cover a lot of your students' motivation already, but as you expand into recruiting more students and characters, this can become an effective way to increase motivation and social rank for more people in one day. Each month, you can have one student from another house assist your team in battles for that month. This can be extremely useful as you'll have one extra person on the team, and they can help balance out a weak spot your team might have. This can also help build your bonds with that character if you're looking to potentially recruit them. However, that character won't receive any experience, and you'll be taking away experience you could be giving to one of your own units. On top of lost items, sometimes you'll find guides for cooking or fishing just lying around. Grabbing these will increase your professor level at no cost. Despite its ethical implications, don't be shy about entering the rooms of your students and other professors in order to grab some of these. Basically, just pick up any glowing blue object you see on the ground, and we suggest looking around for more every time you enter a new month. Occasionally, you'll pick up rusted weapons on the battlefield. This will happen more often if you're connected online and land on squares that are glowing purple. Don't immediately throw them away, however. Instead, you should inspect them with X on the inventory screen to see if the rusted weapon has the potential to become greater if you forge them with the blacksmith. While some can simply go from rusted to iron, others can be forged into uniquely named weapons which are super rare. Just a heads up, the blacksmith isn't available until a few months in, and you need to complete a side quest to open it. Didn't quite get all the characters up to their highest support level, or just want to see how a different house unfolds? After you complete the game, there's a new Game Plus mode. First of all, it doesn't wipe your main save data, so you're good. After that, you'll retain shop levels and statue perks, but you can now spend renown on a number of things to put you back at the levels you were at in your original file. This includes your professor level, the skills of the professor and the students, and the support levels between characters. You don't have all the renown in the world though, so it's important to choose what you want to regain faster. This one is more of a fun little Easter egg than it is a tip. Have you ever noticed that the little sprite avatar on the loading screen is moving? Well, you can actually control which direction they move and how fast they're moving. It's all in the Gyro Controls, so that means tilting your controller or tilting the system itself if you're in handheld mode. You can also hit B to jump and A to flip their cape. Those are just a few more things we wish we knew in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. If you haven't seen our first video about 9 things we wish we knew, you should definitely give it a watch. Anything you found that's been helpful in your playthrough? Leave it down in the comments, and thanks for watching!